That'll do, Tom.
Please state your name.
Tom Robinson.
Could you tell me a little about yourself?
I'm 25 years old, married with 3 children.
Now, have you had any run-ins with the law before?
Yes, sir. I got 30 days for disorderly conduct.
What happened?
I got into a fight with another man.
And were both convicted?
Yes, sir. I had to serve because I couldn't pay the fine.
Jim, what's Atticus doing?
He's just showing the jury Tom has nothing to hide.
Now, were you acquainted with Miss Mayla Violet Ewell?
Yes, sir. I had to pass her house every time I was going to and from the field.
Now, Tom, did she ever talk to you?
Yes, sir. I took my hat to her, and one day she asked me to come inside the fence and bust up her chifferow.
And when did she ask you to bust up this chipperow?
Last spring, she gave me her hatchet, and I did it free of charge.
And did you ever step onto that place again?
Yes, sir. I went lots of times.
Under what circumstances?
She always had something for me to do.
Mayla must be the loneliest person in the world. Even lonelier than Boo Radley.
Mayla, do you have any friends?
She doesn't even know what that means.
Scout, be quiet.
Did you ever set foot on their premises without an express invitation?
I would never do that, sir.
Tom, what happened to you on the evening of November 21st last year?
Mr. French, I was walking past the Ewell place when it was real quiet outside and Miss Mayla was standing on the front porch. That's when she called me up there to help her out.
Could you come in here and help me a minute?
Of course, ma'am. When I walked in the room, she told me the old door's hinges were falling off, and I had a screwdriver to fix it. But when I wiggled the door, there wasn't nothing wrong. That's when she slammed the door and said,
Step on that chair yonder and get the box on top of the chipperow.
"All right." When I climbed on top of the chair, she came over and hugged me around the legs. And I said,
Get out of here, woman!
She reached up and kissed me on the side of the face. She had never kissed a grown man before, so she thought she might as well kiss a Negro. She says what her papa do don't count. I say, Miss Mayla, let me out of here, and I tried to run to the back door, and I had to push her. I didn't want to harm her, but she would not let me leave. I tried running away and asking her if I could pass, and right as I asked, Mr. Ewell hollered through the window.
And what did he say, Tom?
Something not good for these folks chilling to hear.
Tom, you have to tell the jury what he said.
Answer the question, Tom.
Then what did she do?
You goddamn fornicator, I'll kill you!
Go.
I'll kill you! I'll kill you! You'll be dead by the morning! Ah!
Tom, did you rape Mayla Ewell?
Mr. Finch, I can assure you I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Not once, not ever. These allegations are false.
And did you harm her in any way?
I did not, sir.
Did you resist her advances?
Mr. Finch, I tried.
Now let's go back to Mr. Ewell. Did he say anything to you?
Not anything, sir, but I'm not sure since I was running.
And why were you running?
I was scared.
And why were you scared?
Mr. Finch, if you were a Negro like me, you'd be scared too.
That'll do. No further questions, Your Honor.
Go ahead, Mr. Gilmer.
You were given 30 days for disorderly conduct, weren't you, Robinson?
Yes, sir.
What did Negro look like when you were through?
He beat me, Mr. Gilmer.
Yes, but weren't you convicted?
Judge, it was a misdemeanor and it was the record.
Witness will answer 3.
Yes, sir, I got 40 days.
You're pretty good at busting up cheerleaders with one hand, aren't you?
Yes, sir, I reckon so.
Hadn't you had your eye on her for a long time?
No, sir, not at all.
Why are you so eager to do all her chores?
It just seemed like she needed some help, Mr. Gilmer.
Mr. Ewell and 7 kids?
Yes, sir, it didn't seem like nobody was helping her out.
Well, it seems like you're a good old fellow. You only did it for 1 penny?
Yes, sir, I felt sorry for her.
Moving on. You were going by her house on November 21st, and she asked you to bust a chipper. Is that right?
No, sir, she did not ask me to bust up a chipperow.
Then you're lying, boy.
No, sir, I just think she's mistaken by her mind.
Scout, take that outside.
Let's go.
Okay, I guess we're going.
him I couldn't stand.
Who, Tom?
No, that old Mr. Gilmer. Just talking to him that way, so hateful.
Dill, that's his job. If we didn't have any prosecutors, we wouldn't have any defense attorneys.
I know all that, Scout, but the way he did it just made me sick, plain sick.
He's supposed to act that way, Dill. He was crossed.
He didn't act that way when...
Dill, those were his own witnesses.
Well, Mr. Finch didn't act that way to Myella and Old Man Ewell when he cross-examined them. The way that man kept using boy and sneered at him and looked at the jury every time he answered.
Well, Dill, after all, he's just a Negro.
One bit, it's not right. Somehow, it just ain't right.
He doesn't lie that way.
Mr. Finch doesn't.
He's not an example, Dill. He's the same in the courtroom as he is on the streets.
Not what I mean.
I know what you mean, boy. You aren't thin-hided. It just makes you sick, doesn't it?
Oh, that's blackmail.
Hold
That's
up.
not a that's no.
Hey, Aaron, what'd you say?
I
Did you
just
say
like
that
it.
Miss Pesnell was bad?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So what?
I like the vibe, yes.
I'm Jim.
No. Dylan, we need to get Jack by Tuesday. We gotta keep it 100 with each other. You should have brought a do-rag. You've been wearing a do-rag. You should have been wearing a do-rag.
I don't own a
That
do-rag.
is terrible.
Oh.
Y'all are gonna make me miss the Auburn game too.
Wow.
I will not let a man kiss me. Beautiful! Beautiful!
Mid cut.
Ow! 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 Things are biting. Things are biting.
Yeah, they're firing.
Oh God!
When you break the stick,
What are you doing? What are you doing?
This here is an in-depth analysis of the Mayella Ewell Tom Robinson kiss scene, take one. Now, to start this out here, this is a normal speed version of the scene, right? And we absolutely butchered it. I mean, if we go to the end here, look, she was like a foot off. Yeah, this is disgusting. So if we zoom in on Ava here, though, she looks like she is thoroughly enjoying this, which I can back up because before filming this, she was like, "Ooh, Dylan, this is our scene." So that was all building up to this face right here. This face right here. A man in fear. Look at these veins popping out. I'm in utter fear. Now, who's also scared here? Ava here. She has a boyfriend who would beat me up in a physical fighting match. So I'm just fearing for my safety here. And this is also one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever done. I mean, like if we come back to the middle here, look, she like, alright, so like we're going in, right? And like get close and then look, I'm already dipping out. Look at this. Boom, I'm out of there. And I think